Hey everyone, Daunter here. If you don't know me, I'm a Pokemon card YouTuber who reviews the many artists of the Pokemon TCG, and I've got a proposition for you. So, I know that we're kind of going through a crazy time in the Pokemon TCG, and this isn't really going to be a video of me complaining, so, there's not going to really be any controversial opinions in here, but more so just advice from somebody who's been collecting for a while and sees where we're at right now, and I'm just kind of like, I feel not jaded, but just like a little bit like I'm ready to kind of do something else for a little bit, right? So for me, I see like where we're at in the current Pokemon card market, and I just want to raise some possible alternatives and just like look at what's going on, right? So this is the illustration rare category for TCG player. The most expensive card in the Scarlet and Violet era is the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolution, sitting at around $1,600, which is a lot of money. For your average collector, me or you, or just, somebody, a friend or family member or whatever, that is an almost unreachable price. If you were a little Timmy 7 years old, you're not going to be getting an Umbreon All Art from Prismatic Evolutions unless you pull it. You get really lucky. And good luck finding product. You see pictures, you see crazy stuff of people not even having anything in their area, and that's pretty crazy, right? Like, for me, I think that was like the straw that broke the camel's back for me, right? As somebody who really did care a lot about Pokemon cards, I have Scarlet and Violet base set, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, and Paradox Rift completed. The sets are done, I have them completed, I completed them when they came out. And I see that the cards are getting a little bit more expensive in those sets, so it just kind of makes me go like, well, it sucks. But if you wanted to complete those sets, I would probably just buy the singles, honestly. I feel like a set like Paradox Rift isn't too bad still. I think the prices are definitely going up still. I could just look it up right now, since I'm not doing anything. So Paradox Rift, the most expensive card, it's looking like the Groudon. $105, you have, this is a lot more reasonable than if you wanted to complete Prismatic Evolutions. Good luck with that. So we have, this is the first page, right? 105, 65, that's like 165, 59, that's like 200 and whatever, 43, 36, see, and that's the thing, is like, we're going through a time where really, really random cards are kind of going up in price a lot. Right now, I just noticed that the Brute Bonnet is up 518%. When before it was only like a $6 illustration rare. So we're seeing this really, really specific strike of cards that people just want to buy. And they're buying them out. It's rising the price. So unfortunately, if you're an average collector, this Brute Bonnet is going to be ridiculously expensive for some reason, when before it wasn't that expensive at all. Same thing with like the Minun and stuff like that. I feel like those cards are kind of more natural, but something like the Brute Bonnet, obviously up 500%, that's a lot. A ridiculous amount, if you ask me, but it's just what's going on right now, unfortunately. But if you're an average collector like me, who just buys a couple packs, maybe buys a booster box, maybe buys an ETB or two of a set whenever it comes out, I actually managed to get 2 surprise boxes, which come with 4 packs each. I didn't pull anything from the Prismatic Evolution surprise boxes, and apart from the course, I didn't expect to pull anything. I wasn't like hoping to pull a Umbreon SAR or something. But I didn't pull anything, and then I moved on, right? Like, I think I haven't bought a single other Pokemon product since then, honestly, which is kind of crazy. I have a vending machine near me, which is like those Pokemon Center whatever vending machines, and I got just like a couple packs, maybe some Scarlet and Violet base set, Paldea Evolved. Didn't pull anything too crazy. But I just get kind of Pokemon cards every now and again. But it really makes me realize, it puts it into perspective, like, just how much money everything is, honestly. Like, if a booster box is like $180, like, that's a lot of money. Even if it's on the lower end, $140 is still a lot of money, even if it's an MSRP booster box, right? And like, that is kind of crazy to me. Like, $140 doesn't even guarantee you one of the nicer cards. And I think that's obviously just how the hobby works, Obviously, MSRP is MSRP for a reason. And that's just how it is, right? Like, a $144 booster box sounds like a great deal in today's market, but like back in the day, like that was just MSRP. But even if it was just $144, that is a lot of money to spend out of your pocket for, some cardboard, right? And for me, as somebody who just mainly appreciates the art, honestly, I am glad that I don't have to buy every single card that I review, because I would not have the money for that. I just, take the pictures, right? Just look at the artworks, just look at the pictures, which is why I think I have a little bit of an easier time. But for somebody like who just wants to collect the cards, I'm sure that it's quite difficult nowadays, just to get whatever you want, right? So that sucks. But I would like to raise some alternatives, right? So I just suggested buying the singles from Paradox Rift, as they're not super ridiculously expensive. I'm sure you'd still be spending a lot of money if you wanted to complete the set. Maybe something like Obsidian Flames would be better because it's a way smaller set. And just have like some pictures pulled up of what's going on right now. You see this Houndour illustration rare? It was like sitting around $3. Now it's a $33 card. Probably raised since I had this up a couple nights ago. It's well, let's see here. That's slightly played. So, yeah, no, it's like 33 bucks. So that's cool. You also have the Slowpoke from Scarlet and Violet base set. Looks like it's up 200%. It was like $10, $11 before. So I'm suggesting older sets, right? You look backwards, right? I think a set like this, like Next Destinies, is a really, really good black and white era set. It's got a lot of, really, really beautiful cards, like these full arts. I know that people really only care about the illustration rares and special illustration rares right now. But, you can always look backwards. I think that anything in the black and white era, anything in the X and Y era, I think is still pretty feasible, pretty reasonable in terms of prices. So, if you want to collect something like that, I would say that go for it. I mean, the most expensive card in this set is $130. Seems like a far cry from the most expensive card in Prismatic Evolutions being $1,600, right? Plus all those other evolutions and stuff like that. So yeah, you have a really cool Mewtwo card, a Regigigas, Zekrom, Reshiram, Kyurem, and a Shaman. Those are pretty good full art cards. After that, it just drops off. The cheapest full art card is 23 bucks. $9. Boom, you just drop down to $9, and then the rest of the cards are like in the $5 to $6 range, and then you go to the commons and uncommons, and they're like pennies, right? So that's one of the options that I have. And I also have one other option. So recently, I've really been getting into which is something kind of silly. They're model kits, right? But for me, I see a lot of value in them. So essentially what a model kit is it's pretty much just like a plastic box. It's filled with a bunch of plastic parts, and you kind of make your own like character. And I don't know, I think that they're really cool. This is just like one that I had pulled up here. It's from an anime called Gundam. I don't know how many people know about like model kits and stuff like that, but I really like them. And the reason why I like them is pretty simple. They're pretty cheap. $13 for it's pretty much just like a figure, right? It's like a figure that you make it yourself. It comes with a bunch of different like little plastic sheets, and you just kind of assemble your own thing. But the value for me in a model kit as opposed to Pokemon cards is that I can spend like 2 to 3 hours on even the smallest, like cheapest model kits. And something like this is my favorite one, which is why I picked it. I have it in my room, and I really enjoy it. It just looks really cool, and I'm really happy to have it. And it's something that I'll always have, it's a figure and I'll always look at it, right? And I think that that's kind of the value for me. But not just, you don't have to get a Gundam model kit or something like that to be happy, right? But I just want you to know, like, as a viewer, that there's definitely a lot of options for you, as somebody who just wants to collect something, or you just want to, like, have something. I just think right now Pokemon cards are kind of, unfortunately, not really feasible. I wouldn't recommend buying, products for expensive prices when there are other options for just hobbies in general. And I think that's unfortunately just something that I found out, is that I'm not going to be spending prices on Pokemon cards that I just don't respect or agree with, And I feel like I was able to do that in a lot, like Sword and Shield era, like late Sword and Shield era, because products were pretty cheap. But right now I just can't justify it, And I think that that's perfectly fine. I have my own, like I have a new thing that I like to do. Takes more time, I see it every day, I enjoy it. But it doesn't have to be something like that for you. I'm just using that as an example because that's what worked for me, And I love Pokemon cards. I'll always love Pokemon cards. I'll always be reviewing the sets when they come out and stuff like that. But I think this has just been a big realization for me, that just like, I don't know, it's a different time in the Pokemon card market, right? People that have thousands and thousands of dollars to spend will always beat out somebody who does not have thousands and thousands of dollars to spend. And yeah, that's just the point of the video, right? if you as somebody just want something new or just something fresh, feel free to just take a break, you know? Nobody's forcing you to buy every single new product, every single new set that's coming out. Maybe you can save your money and wait for the new set to come out and then wait. I mean, this is my advice, right? My advice is when a new set comes out, wait 3 to 4 months. And if you like the set a lot, wait 3 to 4 months until the set after that comes out, and then you can start collecting the previous set. Because then people will be moved on to the next set, right? So you might have a better chance of getting that set that you actually really liked. And I know 3 to 4 months is a long time, but that's just the cycle of Pokemon cards. Every set comes out around 3 to 4 months. So you know, if you really want a set, wait 3 to 4 months and then go from there. If the prices are still ridiculous, still expensive, honestly, just do whatever makes you happy. If you think the right call is to spend a marked up price over MSRP on a product, then by all means, I'm not going to stop you, but it's just, you know, a word of advice from a previous Pokemon card collector. And I'm still going to collect Pokemon cards, I'm still going to keep doing this channel, still going to keep making reviews on artists, because I love doing it. But, you know, for me, it's easier because I don't have to spend the money on it, just to review the artist. And I think the thing that I love the most about Pokemon cards is the artwork, not the, you know, not the money, right? So it's a different aspect for me. If you like the money, or if you like, you know, just having the actual cards themselves, it's gonna be harder for you. But I hope you guys have a better time than me finding product and like getting what you want. And it's a hard time, you know. It's really a hard time for a lot of people. It's a hard time when Petrarunt is a $70 card. Anyways, this video is kind of stupid. I don't know. I guess it's just kind of weird. Something that I just kind of wanted to get out there, and something that is just my opinion, and it's been like I've been brewing on it a couple days, trying to really figure out if this is what I want to post for the channel. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day regardless, and I hope you guys are still interested in the channel. I hope you know that I still love Pokemon cards, and I'm still going to keep making videos on the channel. But it's just a different time right now, and I hope you guys stick in there. Hold on, I guess, and just stick in there. So yeah, hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.